A blue marble phenomenon affecting people all over the world, in every country, in every part of the world.
Blue marble photo was taken on the way to the moon, and soon after launch, as a matter of fact, because we were close enough to the Earth in order to see.
With no orientation in space, the original photograph was what we would consider upside down. It would need to be rotated and cropped to turn it into the image we know today. That happened as soon as Apollo 17 returned to Earth.
The entire sphere, it was basically a full Earth, but the blue marble photograph I took.
4 days later, the Earth image was released to the press and went viral.
It got published all over the world. In fact, the Boston Globe made it an entire front cover of their Christmas issue.
A blue marble phenomenon affecting people all over the world, in every country, in every part of the world.
I think we'd all agree that photographs can be really powerful. And one of the most iconic photographs of the Earth, and it's known as the blue marble.
This picture of the Earth, and it got its name from the domination of the oceans on the planet, just giving off this striking blue color that just isn't really visible on anything else that we look at in the solar system. And from 28,000 miles away also, you can see the whole Earth. Normally things in orbit 100 miles up or so can't see the whole Earth at once, but from 28,000 miles away you can.
In the long term, this thing has gone into children's books and science textbooks and all kinds of places. So that single image really becomes an icon for what we conceive of as the Earth.
Now here's another kind of a blue marble. This is 2012. This is with digital photography, color enhancements, cropping, so the pictures are getting better and better.
This image, the blue marble image from December 7th of 1972, just turned 50 years old. It's been 5 decades since this image was taken. And even today, 50 years later, 5 decades later, it still creates awe and wonder in us.
Arguably one of the most recognizable photos in history.
December 7th marks the 50-year anniversary of the blue marble photograph. The crew of NASA's Apollo 17 spacecraft, the last manned mission to the moon, took a photograph of Earth and changed the way we visualized our planet forever.
A blue marble phenomenon affecting people all over the world, in every country, in every part of the world.
Imagine prisoners that have spent their entire lives chained deep inside a cave. They have been chained so that they cannot see behind themselves, and they are forced to stare endlessly at the cave wall in front of them. Behind them, a fire is burning, and between the prisoners and the fire is a raised walkway. Now imagine that each day, a menagerie of objects crosses the walkway. Animals, and people carrying their wares to market. Their shapes create an intricate shadow play on the wall in front of the prisoners. This is the only world that the prisoners have ever known. The shadows and the echoes of unseen objects. Now, imagine that a prisoner is released. After some time adjusting to the blinding light, the freed prisoner will begin to experience the world outside of the cave for the very first time. And it is like nothing he could have ever imagined. With his new perception of the world, the man will of course want to return to his friends to share his incredible discoveries. But the prisoners could not recognize their old friend. He appears as all things do. His voice is a distorted echo, and his body is a grotesque shadow. They cannot understand his fantastic stories of the world outside of the cave. To them, it will never exist. This, of course, does not make the world outside of the cave any less real.
The images you have, you find out about Ron. Then you try to find something that's not Ron 7. And it brings you back to this picture here. And it's really crazy. Because now I see this as a piece of art. How do I do this? Guess I could try to explain to you 5 little Easter eggs. It's really much deeper than that. But these 5 seem to jump out. Start with what I'll call the magician. Mickey and Fantasia. Well, here's his head. Got 2 arms. You've got a bit of magic running between and the body. That's pretty interesting. Little fuzzy, I guess. But is what it is, I guess. And I kept looking. Just a curious thing, looking around this thing. Then I run across this little guy right here. There's a mouth, even a nose, an eyeball, 2 ears, even got the shape of the head. Looks like a rabbit to me. Actually looks like that scared rabbit running across the camera. So you pull back and you look into this thing. You've done seen these 2 things. And this guy jumps out at you. Come on, camera. Right there. Hand, an arm. This is a top coat. What did you see? There's in there. Face with a mustache. Could it be that man Hitler? I don't know. That's 3. That's pretty extreme. You know they put Pluto in Pluto, right? Then you notice an eyeball here. Even a shut eye here, maybe. Because now you have a nose, a mouth, even got chin, even got hair. Does that look like Chewie? A wild man? A Bigfoot? And then you sit back here. Now you got 3, 4. And then this guy pops out at you right here. Starts with his mouth. Going down to his chin. Is that an ear? And that's where his eye would be. Nose looks like he's wearing a headpiece. He even got a horned head. Imagine that. Just want you to take a minute here with me. And I'm going to move around this thing a little bit. So you can see the things I see. See if any of them jump out at you. This is really an interesting picture. I think anyways. Just the more you delve into it, the more there is. I'm telling you, that a guy there. Guy looked like King Kong. Or just Esau and Nimrod. With some extras added in just because they could. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna leave it there. I guess I'm gonna leave it. 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 I guess I'm gonna leave it.
Now, I don't want to fool you here. Last month, for the first time since 1972.
From the Apollo program, the blue marble, the one picture of the entire Earth fully illuminated. I put that picture on my office wall in the West Wing of the White House, and I looked at it every day. I called up NASA and I said, hey, I've been looking at this same picture here, and I'm just wondering if there's another one. I thought, what if we could have images on a daily basis? And that's when I learned there's really not another one.
The image you have of where you live. Is this the place you believe you are? If it is, I hope you take a closer look and see what it is you are looking at.